It's like, should I be chopping those?
No, no, no. Those are going to be vitally important at some point.
I am going to have Umber chop down some more
Huh.
jungle wood, because wood.
And I have that. Let me check here.
I don't
Oh,
suppose there's a way to
three
craft a
cut at a
chainsaw
time.
that would work like Tricapitator.
3 aluminum and 1 copper. All right, so
Yeah,
that's how that
we'd
works.
have tons of copper,
There
so...
might be molten aluminum, molten bronze, molten aluminum. Let me check something. Aluminum and copper. That's why. Duh. Not sure that I don't know if that's a real alloy in real life because
I think it is, but I don't know.
alright, so 1 copper. Problem is I think it will by damn it, I just threw the copper. I think it will by default cast off whatever the material on the bottom is.
Okay.
So or it might use whatever it can use. Of course, I could have just used gold, which we have and have almost no use for at the
Yeah.
moment. But that will eventually come in handy later. Smelt faster,
Hmm.
bitch. I want to see what happens.
Sun is going down again. Shall we run upstairs and actually have a decent spawn point?
Good idea. And then,
You can only sleep at night. You can only sleep at night. You can only sleep at night.
I'm being more impatient than you. Nope. And I opened a book. Well, that should help me sleep.
It should, but...
Oh, damn it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to build this place a little taller.
There we go.
Ah, there we go. Yeah, I'm currently sticking out of a wall sideways in the wrong direction, so that was odd. Alright, let's try this. So, aluminum.
Let's see if we can see this work.
Alright, so we have molten bronze, molten aluminum, brass.
Okay.
Let's give it a shot. Oh,
And you now have an aluminum brass ingot?
I now have an I now have a blank cast,
Uh-huh.
which I think
You then take over to this to make a pattern, right?
stencil table or the part builder.
I think it's the stencil table.
Probably stencil
Right
table.
here.
Oh, yeah, it goes in there. Let me take a look at the book. All right. All right. Once that's done, yeah, now it's telling you how to build a damn furnace. I already know that. I've already built it. Oh, there are all the recipes I needed to know.
Ah,
that.
good.
You can melt end stone.
Okay, that should be interesting.
This. Ah, there. All right. Well, now that we already know how to do that, once you craft, or you can then take the book. I want pictures. But now it's the Diary of a Tinker. Which I made more tables with different patterns on them. They all look useful in different things. I sketched out plans for a new workbench. It's a little strange. The center of the workbench is missing, but sturdy, and there will be grooves on the top of the table for supplies. I think we'll call it a table. God damn it. Making tools you need to know what you're making. The pickaxe, shovels, these blah blah. I punched holes in a few boards carefully in different shapes. I spent a lot of time making them. They're really good. They resemble the parts of the tools. I can remember heads, blah 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 blah. I grabbed a few of the boards and okay, you might make board, or you might use boards. I don't know. Stone would be the best idea. Blah blah blah. Stone and dust. I went to make a few more tools with the boards. The tools shape went everywhere. I ended up blah blah. I also named them patterns. The chest of pattern chest. I'm still angry at them. Okay. Let me try something here. I'm gonna try. Where's that pattern chest? Let's try. No, that would probably be wasteful. Trying to decide what would be useful to make. Alright, so if that's in there, do we get...
Don't
that
have any
there.
for tool bindings, unfortunately.
I don't think I'm doing the right thing here. That's the construction bench, isn't it?
Yeah, this is the construction bench here on the far right.
So this is the pattern table. Oh, wait. No, well, that's the stencil table.
Okay.
So what do I do?
I'll be back in a minute. I'm going to see if I have missed anything good here in the village.
I am confused.
So am I.
Part builder? No, I can't put that. Or can I put that there? Alright. Oh, lordy. Let's see.
Indeed.
The chest is the pattern chest. Is it? Some of them, blah, blah, blah. 3 nights fending off zombies. They finally created a house. It has a few rooms, a basement, importantly, a workshop, the ground. Someone's gonna be like watching this going, it was on page 1.
I'm going to bring home another pattern chest here.
Yeah. Good call. Alright.
Yeah.
Let's see something. Does this craft into anything? No, it doesn't. That's the final stage in the book's evolution, then, I guess. Probably should have read the one about, you know, the actual thing a bit more
Did
thoroughly.
you hear the one about the actual thing?
I apparently didn't.
Okay.
How is that a thing? Molten aluminum brass. Apparently there's still 3 ingots left of it in there.
I'm going to move the tool station down one so I can put the 2 pattern chests next to each other.
Let me try something here. Let me take this
There we
one.
are.
I'm going to
Yeah.
take
I'll
this.
put the tool station back up shortly.
I'm going to put this here. Okay. I'm not sure how this works.
Neither am I.
But if you look, I just took one of the parts and cast a mold out of it.
Ah, okay.
I took the stone part. Oh, and it's actually still fine. What is it? A wide guard cast.
Okay.
Maybe I wasn't supposed to make a blank cast. Ah. When I smelt it down, I can smelt down the blank cast, so I think I'll put it back in the oven for now.
Okay.
And I'll pick back up the stone wide guard. And put it in there. And I'll leave the Tinker's Dam right there. Now, I'm wondering if I'm
Oh yeah, I
being
need
really
to put the
dumb
tool
about
chest
this
back
and
down.
if there's a really silly way... Yeah,
Okay.
hold on. I'm going to just Google real quick.
Good idea.
Should have, had the netbook out.
Oh well.
Let me see. What the hell is that thing called? Blank cast. Alright. Cast. Alright. It's going to turn out new. Casts are not made up in a crafting table. But a crafting table... But in a casting table, make the desired pattern in the stencil table. Create the part with wood, cobblestone, etc. in the part builder. Place the part in the casting table, and then you cast it.
Okay.
Then you recast it in whatever material you want. So yeah, this blank cast I have made is completely effing useless.
Okay.
So melt that. But then you take this cast, and once you have what you want, you then recast it in the material you want, which means I'm going to have to figure out how to get all this shit out of here. Well, that's what we have the buckets for. I think now, but hey, we figured that out.
Yes.
And that's something. Can I cast this out of anything? Nah, probably because of the shit
That
in
was
there.
laggy. There must be something pretty good around here.
Alright, so there's that aluminum brass. Unfortunately, I'll need a whole mess more of that before I can actually get that out of there.
Okay.
There's some bronze in there. Can I cast that now? Yes, I can.
Okay.
Alright, so... Oh, and the cast isn't destroyed either.
Nice.
So I'll put this in here. And I was able to craft a bronze wide yard.
Eucalyptus tree.
So you make that out of wood and shit. Why don't you try this? The tool station.
Jacaranda.
No, wait, it's the stencil table. So I put that in there. Oh wait, no, I would put like. Oh yeah, the part builder. I see how this goes. So I would put the pattern there. That material there. All right, I see.
Ah,
that
good.
works.
That was the part I was having trouble with. How does that go?
Let me. All right, at the part builder table over here, you put in the pattern you want, and you can either use metal to build the pattern, or a block. Depending on what you want to do, it'll generate basically better quality versions. I think. But I think it only allows certain materials. So, like, I can build the tool builder pattern out of stone. I can build a building part. Okay, that's another important thing. Apparently, these patterns don't break.
Ah, good.
Nothing here, it seems to be single use. So, we can probably go through here and figure out what we have.
Good.
But yeah, once you have the part, then you take it over to the casting table, place it down, punch the nozzle, and it'll, normally work that way.
Okay, so you have to. So
I cannot, however, get buckets of the molten aluminum ore crap out.
no, I think you'll have to turn it into ingots to get it out.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I don't think there's any way to do that without having a full bucket of it. So we'll need more aluminum
Here's
next time.
tin gravel.
Yeah, there's a lot of different types of gravel.
I assume we can smelt this for tin.
Molten bronze.
Or macerate it. Either way, my copper shovel is up to the task, so I've got it.
I'm gonna make.
Oh, mud.
Do I have the materials to make another one of those?
Which you sink into, but not as severely as you do quicksand.
Yeah. No, I don't have any materials for that. How did I do that? Oh well, good enough. Yeah, and you can't pour two types of metal into the same crucible. So we'll need more aluminum. But I think once you're back, I'm gonna call it.
Okay, what the hell are you? You're a zombie with a octopus with a monocle on its head.
That's weird.
Angry zombie, Mr. Bubbles, the squid with the squid with the monocle. Okay. I think I'm going to come home in just a second because it's getting dark and I'm in a nasty looking swamp. Ah, well, I found out how to zoom in and out on the main map. Mouse wheel. So, but that does not, of course, not work out here. But yeah, on the big map, mouse wheel will zoom you in and out.
Cool. All right.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
I think this is a good place to call it.
Yeah. We've definitely made some interesting progress. I have no idea what the stone shard that I got as leftovers from... Well, I can... Oh. Stone shard. So that's you. What recipe is it used in? Alright, I can click on them and
Yes.
that. Can be smelted down in a furnace, apparently. I can smelt stone in the furnace?
Well, stone, you always could.
Yeah. Read all of that instead of just getting startled by one thing and then stepping away. Smelts down into seared stone. Oh, so I can make that out of it. Cool.
This is good.
Because I think... Well... I'll still need a bunch of it to make seared stone blocks, but I'll put that away in here for now.
Electric furnace. Do I macerate the tin? It looks like I do.